Welcome to virtual class of Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. I am Sri Kumar. The class is for 6th standard students. Subject is mathematics. Let us begin the class.
Dear students, we are entering into a new chapter. The chapter is having connection with business or trade, at least connection with the shopkeeper, the selling, the buying and all such activities. And you know that while paying money and getting money, mathematics comes in that. Later in higher classes, when you go to junior college and higher studies, you will be studying all these things under commerce. There also and every time mathematics is an integral part of this profit, loss and such things happening in the field of business. Hence this topic here just giving you the basic information about the concept of profit and loss. The term is not that new for you and not that tough also, because sometime we say in our day-to-day life, क्या profit मिला, क्या loss हो गया, बहुत बड़ा loss हो गया. So indirectly we are familiar with this, and when we really think about it in terms of mathematics, we will understand that it is quite interesting also. This is a small hand-drawn situation where there is a kind of what we say school festival or something happening. Anand Mela is written over there. There are shops of pav bhaji and bel puri. By looking at the shop itself, sometimes we feel that no, the bel puri वाले के पास बहुत लोग हैं, पाव भाजी वाले के पास बहुत कम लोग हैं और दूसरे शॉप में तो कोई विजिट ही नहीं कर रहे. So we normally say that हाँ बेल पूरी वाले को बहुत प्रॉफिट मिला होगा या पैसा मिला होगा, पाव भाजी वाले comparatively less profit मिला होगा. Another shopkeeper, he may be at loss also. These are all things happening in our mind, what we say each other sometime. But when we think about it seriously and when we think mathematically, we know that people do various kinds of job for getting money. People go for work and get money. But shopkeepers are those people who make money through small trade or business, where the concept of profit and loss comes. And they sell articles to people, especially what people need. Sometimes it will be food, sometimes groceries, vegetables, sometimes will be books for the students and elders, and sometimes it will be a medical shop where medicines are available. Wherever it may be, shopkeepers are selling articles that people need. Here in the first photograph or the diagram what we saw was a small mela is there where pav bhaji and bel puri are sold. And one thing is very clear, that the shopkeeper need to buy things from some other market, which we call as wholesale market. Here is a term, wholesale trader. He will be buying large quantities of item at a lower rate, and he will be selling it to the customer like us. And this is about pav bhaji and bel puri. But if you think about a common grocery store or where you go and buy toothpaste, for example, we know that there will be an amount written, we call it as the printed price on that. Nowadays MRP, maximum retail price. Maximum amount that we have to give is the price written on that, but the shopkeeper will be getting it at a lower price, less than the printed price. And because he is buying things at a large quantity and at a lower rate, we are buying it a small quantity, so naturally we have to pay a greater amount. This is the principle happening. And it is never that whatever is written on the MRP, the shopkeeper never pay that much to get. He pays to the wholesaler comparatively a lesser amount. This is a principle within trade, and it is permitted. As per the rules of the government itself, the shopkeeper can get the things from the wholesaler at a lower rate. He should. Otherwise, the shopkeeper cannot get the profit. Then what is the profit? He has to shell out, he has to pay to the shopkeeper some amount, and he will be selling the item to the customer. If the selling price is more than the amount paid by the shopkeeper to the wholesaler, then he gain. Gain is another term related to profit. Then he gains, means then he gets money. That is a situation where we say the business is in profit or the trade is in profit. But on the other hand, if an article is sold for less than the amount paid for it while buying by the shopkeeper, then he is facing some damage, and that damage is called the loss. So this is a fundamental of this chapter, where you will get an idea that the hero over here, in the center stage it is a shopkeeper. Shopkeeper invests some amount to run the shop. He buys things by paying some amount to the wholesaler, and he sells it to you where he should get more amount. Then he will be in profit, otherwise he will be at loss. So fundamentally what we understood is, when the cost price is higher than the selling price, the shopkeeper will be at loss, and if the selling price is higher and the cost price is lower, he will be at profit. So these two fundamental equations, we can say, whenever selling price is higher than the cost price, the shopkeeper is in profit, and when cost price is high and selling price is low, the shopkeeper is in loss. And this equation can be used. That means profit is equal to selling price minus cost price, and loss is equal to cost price minus selling price. This can be used for the calculation purpose. We can simply write cost price as CP and selling price as SP, and this is loss and this is profit for convenience. Okay, let us move ahead. Here is a situation where Hamid bought bananas worth 2000 rupees and sold them all for 1890 rupees. Hamid bhai ko loss hua hai. Did he make a profit or loss? We know that 2000 rupees he bought and he sold at 1890. Now how much was it? It will be the difference. But we are trying to make a format for doing the sum, where we will be first writing the cost price. It is equal to rupees 2000, right? Selling price, we have to write the steps and do it properly. Rupees 1890. So here we understand that cost price is greater than or more than the selling price. Therefore, Hamid bhai suffered loss. So we will be applying the formula of loss, where it is equal to cost price minus selling price. This is what I told you. You can write it in simple format, where you will be write 2000 minus 1890, and the answer is rupees 110. The fundamental, the basic. Understood? So this will help you to now when the question comes in your exercise, it can be some other situation, but one thing is very clear: you should check whether loss or profit. We should check whether what is the cost price and selling price, or if loss is given, you may be asked to find out cost price, sometimes selling price. Depending upon the situation, you will find the answer. Here is another situation where Harbhajan Singh bought 500 kilogram of rice for rupees 22,000, and sold it at the rate of rupees 48 per kg, means per kilogram. How much profit did he make? The question itself is giving us a clue that it is profit only. That means he must have sold it an amount more than 22,000. But we need to calculate because we don't know at what price he actually sold it. The cost price of 500 kg rice is given. The cost price of 500 kg means 500 kilogram rice is given. How much it is? Rupees 22,000. Correct? And selling price of the same 500 kg rice is not given, but it is given that it is 48 rupees per kg. So we know that 500 into 48 will give the answer. 500 into 48 is equal to 24,000. Understood? So from this we conclude that 24,000 is more than 22,000, and as well as it is given ask directly that what is the profit. So 24,000 is higher, so our formula will be of profit, where profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. Selling price is rupees 24,000 minus cost price is equal to 22,000. The difference is of rupees 2,000. This is the profit of Harbhajan Singh. I know that it is simple, just this will help you to solve many sums or most of the sums given in problem set 1. Understood? Let us go ahead. What is happening here? Children are there sitting and doing something like they are coloring or designing diya of Diwali. They are coloring it. Good. And at Diwali in certain school they undertook a design a diya project Diwali ke time pe. They bought 1000 diyas for rupees 1000 diyas for rupees 1000. Good. Per diya 1 rupee. And some paint for rupees 200. Paint bhi laya. To bring diyas to the school they spent rupees 100 on transport. दूर से लेके आया rupees 100 transport के लिए भी खर्च किया है. They sold the painted lamps at rupees 2 each. So here it was 1 rupee, here it is 2 rupees each diya. Did they make a profit or incur a loss? 2 rupees में भेजा, 1 rupees में लिया. On first instance we feel that profit हुआ होगा. But mathematics is not supposition. We have to calculate and find out. Because there are something like they spend for transport and other things. Anyway, cost price of diya is 1000. Selling price of diya is 2000 because 2 rupees into 1000. So that means profit is 1000 in straight way. But another thing we are missing. What we are missing is where the money spent for the transport have gone. So whenever we think about cost price, this is cost price, it include all those amount which the person or the shopkeeper or these children who are the school students spent for making diya. So that 100 rupees which is mentioned here is within cost price. To mention this particular point, cost price include the price you paid for the item and the amount you spent for transport or any other thing will come under what we say in cost price. Beside the money spent for purchasing, sometimes we have to spend for porterage. What is porterage? We will ask people to carry it and put it in the truck or put it in our vehicle. So naturally we have to pay him, and we have to spend money for the truck driver will ask his charge, and there can be octroi on the way, the government charges. All these will come under one heading what is called the cost price. All those expenditure should be added in order to calculate cost price. So this point is very important. Cost price is not only the amount you spend for buying that item. For example, the vegetable vendor at your place, near your house, near your home, he has to go to the market, then he will be spending money on fuel, or he may be going in a small rickshaw or any other small pickup or any other small arrangement. So naturally he has to pay him, then he has to bring it back at that place. If the quantity is more, he has to pay to someone for helping him to put it in the truck. So naturally there will be a lot of such expenditure coming, expenditure incurred by the shopkeeper to bring the item to the shop. All this will be added under cost price. Remember that. So in trading or business, all these are very important, where cost price of an article is calculated by totaling all these expenses. And sometime when we think about a farmer, we should think about farmer every day, because it is because of farmers that we are getting food every day. So a farmer, when he sells what he grows in his field, maybe rice, wheat, bajra, jawar, whatever it may be, he has to calculate the total cost or total amount he invested to cultivate. He has done lot of things. Not only simply he purchased seed, purchased fertilizer, there is transport for him. He has to give, if tractor is used, the tractor will be charging. If bullocks are used for carrying, bullock cart is used for carrying, transporting, they will be charging. For plowing, he had to spend. Lot of tools are there, implements are there in the field. So all those things he purchased. So as far as farmer also concerned, his total expenditure include a lot of things. So my dear student, I'm going slowly because this concept should be very clear, so that you will keep it with you and will apply it in future. Further development, further learning on this topic comes. So that's about cost price, that's about profit, that's about selling price, that's about loss also. Let us try to do some more sums so that you will be getting different situations to understand. Here is Sambhaji Rao, okay, another person. What happened? Bought a machine from a factory for rupees 80,000. Then he paid octroi tax of rupees 1,600 and spent rupees 800 on transport, beside rupees 300 on porterage. देखो क्या क्या expenditure है. And then he sold the machine for 1 lakh rupees. So he is a person who is the business of selling machines. How much was his profit? Again giving a hint that 1 lakh rupees में बेचो तो profit होगा ही. How much is it? So in this case we have to calculate all his expenditures. So we will say the total cost price is the total expense. If you think about the total expenses made by Sambhaji, you will be writing the cost of machine, then octroi, then plus transport, then porterage. So how will you add that? We have to add the machine cost of 80,000 rupees, the octroi of 1,600 rupees, then the transport of 800 and another amount of 300. Altogether it is 82,700 rupees he spent. Now we are clear. Total expenditure. This is the total cost price. And selling price is rupees 1 lakh. Okay. So in that case, profit is there, and profit is equal to selling price minus cost price where it is 1 lakh rupees minus 82,700, which is equal to rupees 17,300. An example how to find out the total expense or cost price. Understood? Let us move ahead. Here is another situation. Javed Bhai bought 35 electric mixers for rupees 4,300 each. To transport them to the shop, he spent rupees 2,100. If he expects a profit of rupees 21,000, at what price he should sell them each mixer? ये जो जावेद भाई है ना 35 मिक्सर लेके आए हैं and each mixer cost rupees 4,300. That is his expenditure plus transport of rupees 2,100. So we have a cost price of one mixer as rupees 4,300. Then we can just simply calculate cost price of 35 mixer. वो तो calculate करना ही पड़ेगा. So 4,300 to be multiplied with 35 and 4,300 into 35. The answer is 1,50,500. Okay, this is his real cost of the mixture. But we know that other expenses are there. Transport. The transport is of rupees 2,100. This will also go in the cost price. So total cost price, total expense or cost price is equal to 1,50,500 plus 2,100. So it became 1,52,600 rupees. We reached the conclusion there. Now the question is, he wants to expects, उनको ऐसा लगता है मुझे ये बिजनेस में a profit of 21,000 should be I should get as profit. For that, at what price he should sell each mixer? That is a question. Now Javed Bhai have decided that he needs a profit of 21,000. Let us write that. What we will write? We will write about the profit expected is rupees 21,000. Either 2,100 transport, either 21,000. There should not be any confusion in that. That means he should sell the item, the mixer altogether at a price 21,000 extra than total expense. So we will calculate that. So expected selling price will be, this is his cost price and this much extra he should get. So we will write 1,52,600 plus 21,000 will be the expected selling price, which is equal to 1,73,600. He will sell the total 35 mixers. How much should come in his hand? 1,73,600. Now this question is very simple. How much each mixer will cost? So we have to find out if the total amount is 1,73,600 for 35 mixers. We will divide it with 35. We will get the cost of one mixer. This will be 4 times, it is equal to 140 here, and the balance is 33, 6 here. 9 times 315, again 21 balance, 0, 210 divided by 35, 6 times, good. So we are having 0, one more 0 is left. Forgetting that 0, it should multiply with 0. So we understood Javed Bhai should sell, Javed Bhai should sell. Each mixie, every mixer for rupees 4,960, because this into 35 will give this amount. He will get that much amount and he will get 21,000 rupees profit. You can pause the video here, take your own time. You can replay the video, because slowly you have to grasp what is given, what is asked first of all, and what the explanation is given.
Now click on the subscription button below to subscribe the channel, then the bell button to get the notifications of the new videos. Thank you.